First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, the GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. And shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. We out here once again to let the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans know that we are God's chosen people. We're the Israelites according to the Holy Bible. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as America, which is Babylon the Great according to the Holy Bible, which is ruled and ran by the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And we out here to proclaim the return of our Lord and Savior, who our people ignorantly call, who this world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. He is a dark-skinned man with woolly hair, and he's coming back to bring salvation to the nation of Israel, which consists of the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of 12,000 men of each of the 12 tribes, which makes up the 144,000, 1/3 of men, women, and children whom the Lord will deliver from the land of America when he returns, and to scatter the elect around the four corners of the earth, especially our people that look like the other nations. And, you know, everything that the Lord said is going to happen is coming to pass, you know, pertaining to prophecy. I'm gonna pull up one thing the Lord said was gonna happen, both in the second Ezra chapter 9, Matthew chapter 24. He said earthquakes in diverse places. And as we speak, earthquakes be happening all over every day. And I'm gonna pull up a couple of them and read them. Where they happening at. This was a 5.6 earthquake in West Azerbaijan yesterday at 7:21 p.m. This was an earthquake today, 5.8 magnitude in Peru and Ecuador at 3:26. There was one back on the 2nd of October in Mexico, 5.6 magnitude. You know, you can pull it up on Google. It's earthquakes. It's been happening every. You know, it'll take you all the way back. You know, the furthest it go back. Right now, you know, until you click on it, keep going to the 28th of September. But they keep going. They've been happening every day in diverse places, like the Lord has said it was gonna happen. You know, also too. Which I'm gonna get that in Matthew chapter 24, but also too, I'm gonna bring something else out. Like, okay, North Korea. Just like the scriptures also say, Matthew 24, wars, rumors of wars. North Korea had been testing their missile launches, and right after they had, I think it was Tuesday, they had tested a missile launcher right afterwards, Monday or Tuesday, which it said it in the article. And right after the U.S. and South Korea had tested their nuclear missile capability. I can't find the article that I pulled up, but it was going into basically how North Korea, they was basically testing their nuclear capabilities, and the U.S. and South Korea had started doing military exercises right afterwards, and in a response to it, to let them know that, you know, we see what you got going on, you know, and we gonna show you what we got going on. We're gonna give you a sample of what we can do or what we gonna do, you know. This was basically what the article was going into. And also too, I had seen an article that was going into the this is a separate topic, going into the student loans that Biden was trying to basically trying to cancel student loan debt for up to $10,000 for a certain amount of money. I think it's 125,000 people who make less than that, and 250,000 for married couples, and then $20,000 for people who have Pell Grant. You know, and it was an article going into pull it up so I can get the correct state.
All America is on borrowed time right now, and all they doing is is doing whatever they have to do to keep the people mad, thinking it's gonna be all right until they implement their new system, until they implement the new digital system.
Right.
You got it, bro.
Right, it was Wisconsin. It said Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty files lawsuit against Biden administration over student loan forgiveness plan. But they was basically going into how it was racially, and it's not the correct article, it was racially inadequate. Here it is. It says Wisconsin group says Biden student debt plan has improper racial motive. Basically, like the brother just said, because this is all what it's about. We not for Biden. We not for the U.S. or America in general anyway. But what they were basically going into was Biden was trying to make it to where Jake have a little relief, or they trying to make it seem that Jake have a little relief when it comes to student loan forgiveness. But you got an institute in Wisconsin, which is ran by Esau Edom. They basically saying you trying to lessen the gap between the wealth that the Israelites make and the wealth that Esau Edom make, making it a little bit easier on Jake, so that they have a better chance at trying to go back to college and get an education, or go back to college get a better job. Esau Edom don't like that, because they were specifically targeting our people when it came to the student loan forgiveness. As when you go into the article, what they were saying, they were specifically saying making it easier for Jake, because they know it's harder for Jake to pay for college, or Jake. They were basically going into how the Jake shoulder a great portion of the debt, of student loan debt, and basically the Wisconsin institution don't like that. Biden is trying to make it easier on Jake. So all this being said, we know we close in these times, and this is not our rest. Going back to what the brother was saying, because that was the point of it. This is not our rest. We're not gonna have to worry about no student loan debt in the kingdom. We ain't gonna worry about going to college, sending our children off to college, or worry about these other nations asking to get into our college or our institution. The institution of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is already gonna be implemented on the earth, and that's the laws, statutes, and commandments. You ain't gonna have to go to college and learn it, and they gonna already have employment. They ain't gonna have to go to no institution so that they can try to get some type of employment. As soon as they come out the womb and they be nursed up to a certain point, they gonna have employment. In Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
Let me say this, bro. Biden is not trying to help our people, okay? See, what you have to realize is, just like in ancient Egypt, just by us leaving ancient Egypt, the Lord ain't have to bring those plagues. We was keeping the economy thriving in Egypt. We was the main workers. We was the slaves. We was the workforce in Egypt. So just like that, if all our people just say, look, we're going to leave America, America will crumble overnight. We don't want to keep this whole system evolving. We the number one consumers. But make the less pay. Everybody get rich off of our people. Everybody get rich off the service. And then the money that we make from going to work, it goes right back into all the other nations. It don't go back to us. You got it, bro.
And that's what Revelations 18 go into too, about how the merchants, they wax rich over here from the wealth and the money that they make over here in America. But again, like the Lord said, come out of her, my people, which we gonna get that too, because this ain't already, like the brother said, we the top consumers, and we make the less money. Last to hire, first to fire. We the ones that despise and look down on. But like the brother said, we keeping this place afloat. We kept every kingdom afloat. And now the time has come for us to abandon this place, mentally and spiritually, because the Lord is gonna do it physically. And we gonna have our kingdom. Our kingdom is already within us, because we make up the kingdom. The place is it's a people before it's a place. So the kingdom of heaven is already within us. And it starts with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. Another thing I forgot to mention, because it always pop up on my feed, that whole robot, that AI robot Amica, they continually evolving their technology, and now it's to the point where the AI, which is they didn't program it or anything, it already understands, because they were asking the question about would it ever try to defy whatever orders or programs it's set to do and try to do its own thing, and it was basically going into how it could, you know, it can do whatever it want to do. If it wanted to make humans obey it, it can, you know. And it's different departments of the AI, because they were going into how they got the ones that's I guess you could say athletic, the ones that like we seen doing backflips, they can run. We got the combat ones that they can identify which one is a target and who is a friendly. We got the ones like Amica that's supposed to be human friendly, that can interact with humans, with its life, and it makes all different type of facial expressions like a human, you know. And they're gonna use these things. This is all a part of that sport. They're gonna use these things, especially in the times to come. You know, Lord, if the Lord allow it, but they ain't created for no reason. It ain't no coincidence that they advancing as much as they are, and then they only showing us what they did years ago, and they probably already out here amongst us. They show you how life like it is. Ain't no telling they probably already out here amongst us. They could be some of your call centers where you really think it's a real person. It's probably a whole AI having a conversation with you and know exactly what to say, know exactly how to answer you. But nevertheless, I'm gonna read the scripture again. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." And if the Lord ever did allow AI robots to be manufactured and used in the public, they're gonna have more rights than the Israelites. They're gonna have more rights and more freedom than the Israelites do. This ain't our rest, you know. And I guarantee you, Esau Edom will use them to oppress us as well. Yes, uh, so I'm gonna get that Revelations 18 next, and then I'm gonna continue on. Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Right. This angel right here is Yahushua, who the word him we call Jesus Christ. I guess. Revelation. As the earth is being lightened with the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And with the earth being lightened with the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, everything is being exposed now. Because the light always shines through darkness. So this word is exposed, which Yahushua is the word. He gonna become flesh. The word gonna become flesh again, but this thing gonna come in an extraterrestrial body, for war. His servants gonna fight. It's like he told Pilate, if it was his kingdom, his servants gonna fight. So the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna fight this time. The angels, 144,000 men with those who receive power. He gonna fight. It is what it is. We fight now. It's a spiritual fight now, you know. But when Esau revert back to his blessing, which is the sword, and he gonna come carnal, it's gonna turn physical. But one thing we understand, even when the fight turns physical, it's still spiritual. Because you're not ready for the fight mentally, you're not ready. You're gonna somehow get outsmarted, or you're gonna faint, and you're gonna faint in your mind from all the death and destruction and everything you're gonna see.
And since you had said that about Yahushua being the word and the light, I had looked up that definition of light, which which I looked it up last night, but the spirit that came out, I'm gonna get the definition of it, and then I'm gonna go into the root of it, and then I'm gonna get another definition. But just getting to the point of it, it says it's G5461 in the Greek, and in definition 4 it says to enlighten spiritually, imbue with saving knowledge.
To imbue with saving knowledge. So the spirit, just like the scripture told us in Ezekiel the 37th chapter, prophesying to the wind, because the word wind goes back into Rakah, goes back into spirit anyway. It's like in John 3 when the Lord told the disciples, the spirit of the Lord is like the wind, blow whithersoever you can know it, blow whithersoever it goes.
It says to instruct, to inform, teach, to give understanding to.
To instruct, to inform, to teach, to give understanding to. So the earth is being enlightened with this. But it's only the elect is going to be enlightened. Only the elect is going to be illuminated. Which, get Baruch 4 after that, bro. Go ahead.
This is why Yahweh Shah called himself the light, because he did come down here to teach, to instruct, to inform. That's what he did. He did it physically, and now he's doing it again now. This is why we had a wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And I'm going to get to the root of it, to go back into wisdom, because, like I said, when they go into, that's why Yahweh Shah said he is that light. He is the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. It's wisdom in the flesh, basically, the word in the flesh. This is G5457 for the word light, the root of it. I'm gonna read the metaphoric, then I'm gonna go down and get the other definition. It's in outline 2A. It says the Most High is light because light has the extremely delicate, subtle, pure, brilliant quality. Delicate, subtle, pure, brilliant quality. It says of truth and its knowledge together with the spiritual purity associated with it, that which is exposed to the view of all openly public. And this is also what you see on the like the scripture says, you should see your teachers, they're not going to be removed into a corner no more. So that's why I say that which is exposed to the view of all openly and publicly. Reason, mind, the power of understanding, especially moral and spiritual knowledge. And then to get the last definition of
Especially moral and spiritual knowledge. This is what we're being enlightened. Morals of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Spiritual knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. They all tied in. They all tied in together. Everything starts with spiritual knowledge by the renewing of your mind. And then, like the scripture say, going into John 7:38, believe on Yahweh Shah, basically believe on his word, as the scriptures have said, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. You lift that word belly up, it goes into your mental faculty. So, everything changed once you believe on this word, as the scriptures have said, your intuition, your reasoning, your will, going into all your mental faculties, they start to be renewed, and you start to think a certain way, you start to act a certain way, you start to walk a certain walk, you start to walk a certain way.
That's what it says. It's of that heavenly state, consummate and free from every imperfection, going into the wisdom and knowledge. This is what it does. It free you from every imperfection because it teaches you what's right and what's wrong, and teaches you how to walk.
And what is John 8? What is in 31, 32? You should know the truth. And the truth should make you free. Okay?
So which the true disciples of Yahweh Shah will be exalted.
See, the true disciples of Yahweh Shah is being exalted. On the whole, on the worldwide stage. And it don't matter how they try to demonize us. They try to demonize us, make us look like we insignificant. As the more and more we prophesy, we see these prophecies come to pass. So we have to understand that's what the faith is all about. You know, when you go into the definition of faith, you got to walk by faith, not by sight. See, if T.D. Jakes, all them had them, they weren't mega pastors, had all those different, all those so-called big congregations. Will they still be teaching every week? You know what I'm saying? Will they be doing what they be doing? If all that money wasn't coming in? Of course not. So I see what you said. T.D. Jakes handed the ministry over to his daughter now.
Right. He said passing the torch or passing the I forgot exactly how he worded it, but he passed it to his daughter. And if you looked on the pictures, he was like he was going to his daughter. Yeah. And she was on her knees and her hands like this, bowing down to him, and he was standing over her. You know, supposed to be representing him anointing her. And then he said it's not a weakness for a man to basically, you know, anoint a woman, put her up over, you know, over a congregation or something like that. That's what he was going into. You know, but that was completely off, completely against the scriptures of Yahweh. So anybody following T.D. Jakes and these other pastors, and especially if you're following a woman that's supposed to be some type of spiritual guide, you're being led right to destruction. It says, I'm reading again, used of the heavenly state, consummated, free from every imperfection, to which the true disciples of Yahweh will be exalted, equivalent to the kingdom of light. It's a lot of meat in here, but you know,
let's go in. This is that the earth should be enlightened with the glory of this angel, man, which is Yahweh, man.
I'm gonna start up. It says in definition C, it says of light, it says of a lamp, where it symbolizes his rank, influence, worth, mighty deeds. And then it says the extremely delicate, subtle, pure, brilliant quality of light has led to the use of which, going back to that rank, influence, worth, and mighty deeds, because we are being made like unto him. And the Lord said, you know, we are lights in this world, you know. Let our lamp shine. You know, you don't get a lamp, you don't get a candle and hide it somewhere to where people can't see it, you know. So like he was the light of the world, he sent us forth into this world to be lights. And we are lights to the nation of Israel, lights to our people. Because we are being raised to be the next world rulers, you know. We are being raised and being groomed to be the next world rulers. So if Yahweh is the light, and we know he's gonna be the ruler in the next world, we are just like him. So
I got a couple precepts for you.
So that comes with rank, and that symbolizes your rank in the world. And it symbolizes your rank, not in the world, but your rank in general, in this whole, and basically in life. Because the Israelites are already going to be above all the nations. And then the influence, because we're going to have the influence over the whole earth. We're going to have the influence over the whole nation.
We got influence now, man, just like people not in their glory. You know, we have the influence now. All these people want to be like us, man. The top head, the people who run everything, they control the media, the banks, the so-called Jews, they took our name. They want to be us. You know, we just, even the wicked of our people, you know, who doing all these abominable acts to get fortune and fame, the people of the world still want to be like Jake. Right. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm going to get a precept, since you said that, you get a precept on, man. Yeah, I got a couple precepts. We're going to read out, we're going to get all the meat in there. We ain't no good. We'll get all the meat in there. We're going to go to scripture after scripture. You know, this how the Bible's supposed to be explained and broken down, man. This ain't no read one scripture and then go on a rant like your pastors do and be lying and don't know what to and be deceiving the people. Cause I ain't gonna say he don't know what he talking about. He be deceiving the people. What you saying, bro?
I was gonna say a non-spiritual, non-edifying rant. Cause they don't have nothing to say. They can't even tell you who you are. So how they gonna tell you anything spiritual? Knowing who we are is spiritual too. You know, because it's a whole culture that comes with knowing you're an Israelite. You know, and it's basically knowing, to call yourself an Israelite is to call yourself a son of God. And you have to carry yourself as a son of the Most High, son of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that comes with a whole duty, rules, and regulations.
I'm gonna read. This is Sirach chapter 10. We start at verse 28. The corners is in verse 31. 30. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 28. Sirach chapter 10, verse 28. My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to the dignity thereof. Sirach 10 and 28 again. My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to the dignity thereof.
Right, and meekness, which is humbleness, to be humble. Glorify thy soul in humbleness. This is what the Lord required. This is what he looked for. Because the meek shall inherit the earth. So those that are humble, they are going to be the ones that inherit the earth, not the proud.
Who will justify him that sinneth against his own soul?
And also, too, another thing about being humble, that's understanding and knowing that everything that we have, even you being an Israelite in that, is all from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We didn't choose what nation we wanted to be, and then the Lord said, "Oh, well, Israel gonna be my people." Like the Lord created us to be Israelites, and then He gave us everything. He gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. So we have nothing to be proud about.
And who will honor him that dishonoreth his own life?
Right, and who will honor him that dishonoreth his own life? If you don't care about anything of your own culture, your own people, or anything about your own self, who gonna respect you? If you don't care about yourself, because we have to carry ourselves in such a manner, in such a way. It's required of us to be an Israelite. That's why 2/3 of our people, they're gonna be destroyed, and they're gonna come back in their right mind, because they have to carry themselves in the right way because of who they are.
Now let's get to the point. Verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill.
Right.
And the rich man is honored for his riches.
Right. The poor man is honored for his skill. And what's our skill right now? What's the top skill of the nation of Israel? It's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And what the Lord tell us, He said, this is going to be your wisdom. This is what's going to put you above all the nations of the earth. And this is what's going to have them looking at you as superior to the rest of them. You know, this is what's going to make you superior. And this is what's going to have them looking at you as you superior than them. You know, this is what's going to make them fear you.
Right, but the nations don't honor us now.
Right.
But the brother, right, this is the overall picture of it. But us being honored in our skill right now is we being honored for what we can do. You know, we the inventors of almost everything that America got going on. You know, we the hardest workers. We the best dancers, the best athletes. You know, because the Most High, we are the rod of the rod of His inheritance. So we inherited all these things. You know what I'm saying? These gifts from the Most High. You know, so we honor right now for our skill. We honor for right now for what we can do. You know what I'm saying? How hard we can work, how long we can last. You know,
how good we can fight.
Right. It's in the bedroom, outside the bedroom. You know, you know, it is what it is.
They even have to say, and once you go black, you don't go back. But you don't hear that about any other nation. Once you go white, you know, the phrase is incomplete.
Once you go white, you lose the light. Verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
Right. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And again, like I was saying, with this wisdom and knowledge, because this wisdom and knowledge, this is what's, if you honor a man in poverty and he has wisdom and knowledge, how much more greater will he be when he had riches like King Solomon, which King Solomon, he inherit, the Lord gave him riches, he gave him everything. But King Solomon was the wisest man on the face of the earth, and the whole earth respected him. Everybody respected him. He had the wisdom and knowledge and the wealth and everything. He understood all things. And we gonna be in like stead, but we gonna be greater than that. But and like the brother going into, our people are honored for all the skills and the abilities that we possess. And like he said, we the rod of his inheritance, we the salt of the earth. Jake got the flavor. But we honored in our low position. We honored in Esau Edom's kingdom. So how much more in our kingdom when we got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and the flavor to go with it. If we doing stuff now in a low level, low vibration, how much more in our high vibration?
In captivity. We're honored in our captivity right now.
We ain't gonna just be doing like I said, low level stuff, just being great dancers in the kingdom and everything. We're gonna be on a much higher level because we're gonna be moving at a much higher frequency. So and the things we invent now, Jake have invented. Imagine in the kingdom when we got the technology on the heavens, Imagine what we gonna be doing then. It's gonna, as they say, be out of this world.
Rock 10 and 31 again. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Right, so the so-called white man, he's dishonored in his riches. Looking at how wicked he is, how he destroying the earth, how he deceiving the people, how his wicked inventions and just destroying everything, and then he the sole reason for all these wars and all this death, these pestilence, these plagues, diseases on the earth. If he's dishonored in his glory when he's at the top, how much more when he be at the bottom? And he's gonna be at the very bottom. Like I said, Esau Edom, he is the lowest thing in creation. Because he is the only thing the Lord had promised to cut off. Complete. People always say things about they talk about this going extinct, that going extinct. Ain't not going extinct but Esau Edom.
We're endangered species.
Right. Right.
Keep reading chapter 11. We'll read down to verse 5. Wisdom lifted up the head of him that is of low degree,
Right.
and maketh him to sit among great men.
Right. Lifted up the head of him that's in low degree right now. Our people in low degree. And this wisdom, not understanding, got us lifting up our heads. And then spiritually, now we understand who we are, is raising our morality. Because being in Esau Edom kingdom, thinking that you African American, black, you Mexican, you this or you that, and not really having anything to look forward to, that puts you in that low position, low estate. And then the only way you can make it in this society without really struggling is if you sell out to Esau Edom. But having this wisdom and knowledge, now we know this ain't our rest. We got a kingdom coming. We got a righteous king that's gonna rule over us in righteousness and make sure we gonna have new bodies, and we ain't gonna ever go off in sin. Then all our people gonna be righteous. And this is what lift up our head. This lift up our morality. And then it lift up our head physically, because now we praying back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That come with the wisdom.
Verse 2. Commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance.
Right.
The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things.
Right. Going into not despising, especially the prophets, because our people, 2/3 of our people, they despise us. They don't look to what we doing as something beneficial to our nation or beneficial to us. You know, they don't even understand what we got going on, or really what the Lord got going on, not us. They don't understand what the Lord got going on because they don't know Him. So we are despised. You know, we seem small, but like the scriptures say, the first shall be last, the last shall be first, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold. That man is going into a man of the Lord. You know, so He gonna lift us up. That's why it's always best to be meek and humble.
Boast not thyself, boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor.
Right. This is what Esau Edom has taught our people to do, especially our celebrities and rappers. Most definitely, they'll try to tell you in their songs what they got, how much money they got, the cars they got, you know, the clothes and how much it costs, all that stuff, you know, and then they'll have our people feeling that same way and that same mentality, you know, about what they got and how much, you know, this or that. We ain't supposed to boast in that, you know. Because what did you do to get those items? You know, going into the celebrities and the top, you know, these rappers and entertainers. What did you have to give up, or what did you have to do that was morally wicked to get those things? You know, and we ain't talking about the people that you know that are people that get it in a righteous way. You know, they might have worked for it or whatever. Going into those that's wicked, because this is something Esau Edom taught us to do. You know, the Lord taught us to be humble, to be meek, and to appreciate everything we get.
Boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden.
Right. See, the works of the Lord are wonderful, and His works among men are hidden. The Lord is the one that gave you everything you got. You know, and people don't see it, people don't understand it, people don't know that the Lord did it. But you know, it might one day you pop up. You know, you drive your regular vehicle. The next day you got a truck. You know, people don't know exactly how you got it. But the Lord is a blessing from the Lord. You're driving a brand new vehicle. You know, we're not supposed to be boasting in it like, oh yeah, I got this. You know, I did this, I did that. You know, everything you get is from the Lord Himself.
How these rappers being killed right now at an alarming rate.
Right.
Everything they rap about now. They the life, the power of life and death is in the tongue. So they keep speaking death, death, death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is what's coming to them. They promote death to our people. Then they reaping what they have been sown.
Right. And that's a dangerous occupation. Like the brother said, it's the worst time to want to be a rapper. It's a dangerous occupation.
Verse 5. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown.
Right. One that was never thought of has worn the crown. We're gonna be the ones wearing the crown that didn't nobody think of. You know? We're gonna be the ones that don't nobody expect to be at the top.
This is the last verse 6. Many mighty men have been greatly disgraced, and the honorable delivered into others men's hands.
Right.
Because it is going to our people. We have been greatly disgraced, man. You know, the house of David, the mighty men that was amongst the house of David, King David, we've been disgraced when we came into this captivity. You know, then it says, many honorable men has been delivered into the hands of other men. You know, because the Lord judged us all as one nation. The prophets, you know, the men who were still in His will. But when Israel went into captivity, they went into captivity too. You know, Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, all of them went right into captivity when we went into captivity. But they weren't exempt from the captivity that we went into. And a lot of those men back in the reincarnation had to come American captivity. And now that wisdom is lifting their heads back up. And now we sit there, they'll be in that, and this caused them to sit among great men. Who are the great men? The elect. The elect of the nation of Israel, 144,000. Still going back to the So this is the earth being light with the glory of the Lord. This is going to get there too in Habakkuk 2. But the earth should be filled with the knowledge of the Lord as the water covers the sea. And this is what's happening right now. It may seem like it's not, but just because everything is the way it is, the earth is being light with the glory of the Lord. Because the Lord said, when he make his second return, it's going to be as the days of Noah. It's going to be as if the time of Lot, full of violence, full of transformers, homos. You know, this is what the earth is. This is what's going on right now.
People not aware of what's going on. You bring out the information about earthquakes and the missile testings and different things going, famines, food shortages, how they talk about the food shortage, the economy crashing. They ain't trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear nothing about that. They don't want to hear anything that sound bad. And that's how the people was back then about the time of Noah. Some people, they weren't trying to hear anything about their world being destroyed and died. They weren't trying to hear that.
John chapter 1, starting at verse 1, and read down to 16. Because he's doing all this, go right into everything the brother was like. We was going to the definition of light, which goes into enlightenment, which goes into us being illuminated. Verse 1, John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was God. And the Word was with the Most High.
Right, so in the beginning was Yahweh. Yahweh Shai is the Word, and he was with the Most High in the beginning.
And the Word was the Most High. The same was in the beginning with the Most High. All things were made by him,
by Yahweh Shai.
And without him was not anything made that was made.
Right, because once Yahweh created Yahweh Shai was responsible for creating everything else.
In him was life, and the life was the light of men.
Like in him was life, and it also going to wisdom, and that wisdom was the light of men. Because wisdom, like you said, we got to get proof for it. I'm gonna get it now.
That's the spirit. Because I was just gonna say, get it now. It's the spirit, though, man. Right. Because see, this word promotes life. America promotes death. The wages of sin is death. That's all America promotes. That's all America has ever promoted since she became a nation. The founding fathers of America wasn't God-fearing, man. They oppressed the holy people of the Lord. They oppressed the so-called Native Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, and Negroes, which they knew who we were. We the chosen people of the Lord. Go ahead, bro. How you doing, sister? Look, which one of these tribes you from on the side? Huh?
I'm not tribal.
Wait, what's your nationality?
Korean and white.
Huh?
Korean and white. I'm Caucasian.
Korean and white? Well, what's your daddy?
He's a white guy.
He's a white guy?
Yeah,
Where he from? Where his lineage go?
German and Irish.
Irish.
German and Irish.
A lot of the Irish actually, the progenitor of the Irish, the majority of them lineage go back to the so-called black man.
You right before and after your meal?
Huh?
Right before and after your meal?
Yeah, go ahead. So you could be an Israelite, that's why.
Sister Mary Monica told me that.
Huh?
Sister Mary Monica. That told me that.
If y'all watch the Catholic churches, that's where most of Catholic, all them Catholic priests pedophiles, a lot of them
But
nuns.
they say God is everywhere, so why would you have to go to church to prove yourself?
That's right. Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 4, verse 1.
Okay.
Today.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and a law that endureth forever.
See, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High. And these laws endure forever. These the real laws of the universe right here.
Right.
This real spiritual law. You know, these the real laws of the universe that promotes life. The law, statutes, and commandments that the Heavenly Father gave us. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and a law that endureth forever.
Right.
All,
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
all they that keep it shall come to life.
See, all they that keep it should come to life, and this who coming to life right now. All they that keep it. This who really understand what true living is. You know, when you start to get to not true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Heavenly Father, you know, these the real laws of the universe. You start to understand what true living is. You start to understand how this materialistic world that they have created around us is nothing. Because our people have all this, but then they treat their people like they nothing. They look at their people like they so above them. They morality is so low. Their confidence is low. You know, their self-esteem is low when they're alone. They only act like they only so high self-esteem when they got what they call fans, fanatics. You know, but when it ain't no fans, then what are they? You know what I'm saying? When they don't got 100,000 followers, they mentally screwed.
Right.
You know, we might get 20, 30 views. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It don't matter to us. Because we know what we know. We know what we know is true.
As long as we put that vibration out there, that's all that matters.
Right, but see, we understand that this road, this path that we walking is leading into life. You know, this has proven itself to be leading into life. So we don't care about if we get. It'll be nice to get some views, you know, but at the end of the day, it don't matter to us because we know the Lord taking notes, the angels taking notes. And He like, you guys ain't getting no views, but they still coming in. They still dedicated to the ministry. They still dedicated to the work. It's easy to come out. It's easy to do videos back to back to back. As soon as you start the video off and you got 200 viewers watching, you end up with 700, 800, you know what I'm saying, 1,000. It's easy to keep doing videos like that, just to be real. Which we ain't knocking none of that because the word has to go out, you know. But just making a point. Go ahead, bro. Make your point.
Look, and it can be one view, you know, now, and as long as that one person is edified, that vibration has been sent out. But like the brother also said too, you can get no views, and you know what I'm saying, it could be a video that you did 6 years ago, and you go back and look at it, and now it got 20 views or whatever. From over time, the Lord has led people to that video. Because imagine, just think about how many times you probably scrolled on Facebook and you seen a video that was a year, 2 years, 3 years. And I see brothers' videos, they be 6 years old, 9 years old. I know I ain't typed nothing in to bring that up. It popped up. You know, I don't know how it popped up, but it'll pop up and I might click on it and watch it. And then it might be something I actually did look up, and it's a video they did years ago. It might be a brother I never even seen before. Somebody I don't even follow. You know, and I'll watch it and it'll be edifying. You know, I'll follow him then. You know, it'll be edifying. So that vibration is still being put out there. You know, it might take a little minute before somebody actually be edified by it, but still. I think it was something else you had said, but I think oh yeah. Also too, with the scriptures promoting life, this wells of knowledge and understanding, it also teaches us to appreciate the earth, because the earth is paradise. It was created for our sakes, and everything in it is created for our sakes. So knowing about the different trees, the different types of grass, you know, because different trees, grass, and plants, they give off different smells. They have different properties. You know, knowing about the different stones, the different rocks, the different types of animals, and their functions in society or in the ecosystem, the different type of insects and how they interact, like the brother just read about the bee, how it was the smallest amongst the insects, but, you know, its fruit is sweet, you know, the honey. You know, it pollinates the crops, You know, and that's all beneficial for our vegetation. So all of these things, you know, it go on and so forth. You know, even like the leaves give off different smells. But the point is, all of this is a part of is a part of our culture. You know, over here in America, this Western mindset, you don't learn about that. You know, this ain't all rest. You ain't, you know, you can learn about it, but it's not taught to you to appreciate the earth. You know, it's not taught to you how to manage the earth. That's why going into someone that's dishonorable, you know, if they're dishonorable in their riches, how much more in their poverty? Esau Edom is dishonorable in his riches because he destroying the earth. He don't know how to manage it. You know, he'll go to a whole forest, cut all the trees down, and use it to build factories so he can make money and make himself more richer, but don't realize how he destroyed the ecosystem in that area that he just destroyed. How it's going to affect the animals, how the animals, you know, how that might affect the earth. You know, especially the trees being cut down. So
After he built factories, so I can just add.
Go ahead.
He got the factories polluting. Now he polluting the earth with the different materials and stuff. You know, when the water. Right, when the so-called Native American Indians cut down forests, they knew how to. They used everything for what it was. They'll burn the trees, which create good fertilizer. It purify that part of the earth, and then they can plant there, do whatever they need to do there. You know,
and that brings forth more life.
Right.
But Esau Edom ain't about that. So a part of our culture, you know, a part of being an Israelite is knowing how to manage the earth, how to take care of it, because the Lord created it for our sakes. So if He created it for us to enjoy it, it's only right that we take care of it, you know, and take care of the, you know, like I said, the animals, because He created everything for a reason. Like I said in Genesis chapter 1, He created all the herbs for a reason, and how to use them is a part of our knowledge, and everything He created, it was good. You know, it was perfect. He said it was very good. So knowing about the different types of things is all a part of our culture. That's all a part of this life. And we gonna return all into that full knowledge in the kingdom, especially when we get these new bodies. But this is you had something else you wanted to add? Back in Baruch chapter 4, verse 1 again, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So this is why we say such as leave it shall die. This is not our rest. This land is polluted. This place is polluted. It will destroy you with a sword destruction. So America is set up to destroy our people. You know, this like I said, this is not our rest. So this ain't the place you're gonna find paradise and find rest from all your labors. You know, you still have to work. You know, just imagine having some time off from work. You might got a week off, and then when it get to those final few days, you think you got to go back to work. How you don't want to go back. You enjoy not having the responsibility of reporting to somebody every day or however your work schedule is. You know, this ain't all rest. And then furthermore, wickedness is reigning. Your people are suffering. You suffering. You in oppression. You subject to payments. So it's always something that it's always something on your heels that keep you on your toes here. We can't just relax. That's why I say, but such as leave it shall die. And we left off on this wisdom and knowledge and the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that's why we're in this destroyed state that we're in now. And that's why our people are continually dying, because they don't know the right path to walk.
Because the death starts spiritually.
Right.
Once you become spiritually dead, even though you're alive, you still just, it's just like you waiting to die. You know, there's no life in you. You breathing. You know, you got it, bro.
Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
Turn ye, O Jacob. See, this is for the Israelites. That's why even going to Revelation 18, the light, the earth being lightened with the glory of the Lord is going to the true, the elect of the nation of Israel, start the 144,000 men, is going to be enlightened, which we're going to go back into all those definitions. We're going to go back into, go ahead, bro. We'll go back into all the details of it. Go ahead, bro.
Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
See, this is who is Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And I have people who look like the other nations. You might look like the so-called white man, Japanese, Chinese, East Indian, but you are being enlightened. You know what I'm saying? This word, you truly believe in this word. You truly believe in who the word called Jesus right. Go ahead, bro.
Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
Come.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof,
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
that thou mayest be illuminated.
See that thou mayest be enlightened.
Let light go back to that wisdom.
Come. And Yahweh is the wisdom according to Proverbs 8. Go ahead, you got it. You got it.
Give not
But
thy
this word is the wisdom. No, go ahead, bro.
give not thy honor to another.
See, so this is not to enlighten the nations. This is for the enlightenment of the nation of Israel right now. The nations will benefit off this once we are established in our rightful order as kings and priests of the earth, and then the other nations gonna benefit off of this. Then they gonna be nourished from this. You know, they gonna learn the true laws of the universe. You know, ain't gonna be no more worshiping Buddha, you know, or Shiva, or none of those other gods that the other nation worship. It's gonna be only one power worship, and they gonna know his name, and they gonna know who the people who he have put his name on and established to implement his laws throughout the whole universe. You got it, bro.
Give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
So this is not to profit the other nations right now. It's only profitable for the nation of Israel. The Lord said he will not give his glory to another. But that's just like our people. They get something and then they try to give it to somebody else, man. It's not ours to do that.
Right. O Israel, happy are we.
See, O Israel, happy are we.
For things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us.
And that's why our people have a zeal for the Most High, but it ain't according to Nas. That's why you get these so-called black pastors and they get the whole, they get mega churches. Even so-called white people, we the best speakers because some way and form, they spirit still connected to the Most High because they're Israelites. But they have turned to the left-hand side. They using it for wickedness now. And they gonna be destroyed. Go ahead, bro. We read one more. We're gonna tap that in. But we're gonna go ahead.
We'll go back. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel.
Be of good cheer. This is how we telling our people. Be of good cheer. Ain't nobody else uplifting us. Damn uplifting the other nations, man. We not here to uplift the so-called white man. We not out here to act like we out here to uplift y'all. We sweeping around our own front door first. And rightfully so. These people have a problem with us. We don't got a problem with them. We've been forgiving them for years. We've been showing favor to the wicked. You know what I'm saying? And they still haven't, we've been showing mercy and favor to them, and they still haven't learned righteousness, man. At some point, you got to shake the dust off your feet, man, and get ready for the annihilation of these damn people. 2/3 our people, too. Go ahead, bro. Now I'm going to go back to John. Back in John chapter 1, verse 1. We're at verse 3. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Right. What up, Hill? You all right? I know you here. Yeah. Doing all right? All right.
Light is the light of man. It's the wisdom and knowledge. It's the wisdom and knowledge for the Israelites.
In him was light, and the light was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness.
Right. See, this wisdom and knowledge is outdoing all the wisdom and knowledge of this world, because the wisdom and knowledge of this world is darkness. We know it's foolishness with the Most High. This world is ruled in darkness.
This is the valley of the shadow of death. And what rules America, the valley of the shadow of death? Why you think there's so much death in America? And everybody who is under the umbrella of America, her so-called democracy, is death. Because hell, the so-called white man, his track record is leaving hell and death follows him. So his track record is just death. It's all, when you go and see his track record from the time he came into power as the Greeks and the Romans, and then back into power as the so-called Americans, the Renaissance period, you know, the British, the French, the Spaniards, you know, he all he did was promoted death and war. That's it. He brought smallpox with him. You know what I'm saying?
See, we lose from that 1,000 years, like going into, he made war. You know, he made war on the earth, basically.
And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
Right.
He said, there was a man sent from the Most High whose name was John. The same came for a witness to bear witness of the light,
Right.
that all men through him might believe.
Right. All men through him might believe. They will believe when you have a shot.
He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of the light.
Right. John was sent to pave the way and prepare the way for Yahweh Shai, for his coming. You know, to get the people back in the mind state, get our people back in the mind state of serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and teaching them the right way to go. And that's the same state we in now, teaching our people the way back to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. This is what we were set up and ordained to do, and to let them know what's to come for both those that does that, those that don't, and what's going to happen on the earth.
Because see, once you enlighten, once you illuminated via this word, man, you understand how wicked this place really is, man. This the root of all wickedness on the earth. America is the root of all wickedness.
Right.
Even though it seems like America is the best country to live in, you know, morally, it's the worst country to live in. Right, morally, it's the worst country to live in. Going into when the scripture the brother started off with, when it says it is polluted, it would destroy you with the sword of destruction. When you look up the word polluted, it goes into polluted spiritually, sexually, and religiously, man. You know, religiously, sexually and spiritually, this place is polluted, man. Yeah, it look like America balling. Why? Because you know, the so-called white man control all the resources, you know. So it looked like America, you know, they ain't starving out like other countries and stuff. But the reason why a lot of them other countries starving is because America, you know, a lot of them ain't want to get on the bandwagon of democracy. So America sanctioned them and starving those people out.
Right.
But when you go and leave outside of America, man, which I haven't left outside of America, but I'm spiritually, I know this spiritually from people who had left out. I know brothers who went outside the country and they like, bro, we had to come back. Brothers got family, then we got a job to do. Our job is to do what we're doing right now. You know, if we not gonna be like Jonah and run from the mission. Even though it seems like the people ain't listening, you know, no. We're not going to abort the mission. We came if we wanted to.
Because the Lord going to do the same thing. Not the exact same, but He's going to do the same thing He did to Jonah. He's going to turn you right back around, put you right back on that path of doing what He commanded you to do.
But see, that's why a lot of our people think America is so great of a country. And where should you rather go? But when you discern this place, when you basically spiritually looking at the morals of America, you understand, man, this is a cesspool of wickedness and filth. This is not a place you want to raise your kids, you know, or raise a family, period.
Especially the mindset of this place, the mindset of the West. You know, if our people could go to the eastern side and just be amongst them people at least for a year, and see how they operate on the earth and basically just how they operate in day-to-day life, they would appreciate the earth more. They appreciate the things the Lord created more. They appreciate marriage more. You know, they just appreciate everything more and how the Lord created it. We ain't saying no people got it right, but they more towards the ancient way, the way of how it's supposed to be than it is over here in the West. The West is completely off. And that Western mindset, it really is there. That's why the Lord said it's polluted and it will destroy you.
That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world.
Right, that light of every man that cometh into the world. Gave him that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
And then every man which coming into the world is talking about the
The
world of
Israelites.
Israel. We're a world within ourselves, just like the so-called. This the white man's world right here. He a world within himself. It's different worlds amongst worlds. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not.
Right, going into the Israelites, he was amongst our people, and he created us, but our people didn't recognize, they didn't understand who he was and what he came to do. Just like now.
The 2/3 of our people then.
Right.
The wicked of our people then. I see some people use these scriptures right here in John and try to see this how it went out into the whole world. This whole nation didn't reject him.
Even a lot of the Pharisees and Sadducees, they rejected him at first, but once it was only an amount of time before they was waking up, just like Paul.
He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
Right, amongst our own people.
But as many as received him, to them he gave power to become the sons of God.
Right, he gave power to become the sons of God. Right. So going back to what I said about being an Israelite, being an Israelite ain't just about knowing that we from the tribe of Judah. It comes with rules and regulations. It comes with a standard. It comes with a way of living. Because you call yourself a son of the Heavenly Father. So the Lord requires His people to conduct themselves in such a manner. So to as much as received them, He gave them the power to be the sons of the Most High. He taught you how to be an Israelite.
It's just like that. If you give like your father and your mother, your parents are just all you now. You put out of their will. You just get too fucked on, they'll be like, you don't know, I ain't good. Whatever. Because you my son physically, but you not acting like my son.
He taught us how to be an Israelite. Because this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is all a part of our culture. Because He gave us the Lord said. Gave it to us and us only. This is how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, live our life. So this is part of our culture. Other nations, they got their own culture, their own thing as of right now. But for us, it was wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So Yahweh came to teach us how to be an Israelite and how to truly have a perfect relationship with the Heavenly Father.
Even to them that believe on his name.
Right.
Which were born, not of blood, nor of the will of flesh, nor of the will of man, but of the Most High.
Right.
And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
Right. So the word, wisdom was made flesh.
How was that? And we beheld his glory. And the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. And with that glory, the earth should be light with his glory. So it started when Yahweh came the first time. To break the seals of the book. You know what I'm saying? He completed his mission. Then he said certain men, he gave them a job to do. And now we have to complete our mission. Now we have to be baptized with the baptism that we're supposed to be baptized, whatever it may be. But the servant is not greater than his master. Verse 15, John bare witness of him and cried, saying, this was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And of his fullness have all we received grace for grace. But that's it. We stop it right there, bro. We can go back. It's just more than
Right.
that.
The Revelation 18.
Yeah, but I want you to, read Revelation 18 again. Go back to the
Oh yeah, we come. Oh, that's what made me get to this. Look back in the definition for the word light.
All right, you can stay there. All right.
I got it. It's Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Having great power. And the earth is being lighted with the glory of your house. I should have house that. Go ahead, bro.
Uh, okay, back at C, it says light, an example of brightness. It says of a lamp, where it symbolizes his rank, influence. Oh yeah, we had got influence and work. I had to want to speak on work because, like the scriptures say, this should be the wisdom and knowledge, should be the stability of that time, like you quoted earlier, the strength of salvation. The fear you have about you have the strength. And this is what's ultimately gonna make the men of the Lord in the times to come, the most precious things on the earth, more precious than fine gold. You know, wisdom and knowledge. That's why I go into work. You know, and then like the brother said earlier too, this is what's gonna make us kings and priests. The wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua being enlightened with his word. It's gonna basically make the Israelite man the top man on the earth. You know, because it was meant to make us the top nation on the earth. So it says rank, influence, worth, and then mighty deeds. You know, we can go into mighty deeds with looking at what our ancestors have done. You know what they have done, the faith that they had in Yahweh Yahushua, that they understood that no matter where you go, wherever you go, He's gonna be with you, and He gonna deliver you. You know, think about what David did when he fought Goliath. Think about Samson when he fought 1,000 men, the jawbone of an ass. You know, think about the spiritual power, the mighty deeds, and then just govern and judge the earth. Uh, Skipping on down, this is back to where it said the extremely delicate, subtile, because it was going into different scriptures. The extremely delicate, subtile, pure, brilliant quality of light.
So this is what the earth is being enlightened with. And this certain moon is going to be enlightened and endowed with all of it. Struggles 144,000 years. And how's they going to be enlightened with it? Because their spirit was going to, was on high, going to listen to them, and they was going to be teaching and teaching and teaching. You know?
The extremely delicate, subtle, pure, brilliant quality of light or wisdom, but light can be exchanged for wisdom, has led to the use of as an appellation of the Most High. An example is by nature, incorporeal, spotless, holy.
Right. So because this is what this word, it makes you spotless, it's holy, it separates you, it sets you apart, it sanctifies you. You know, when you become spotless in the eyes of the Most High, you will never become spotless in the eyes of man, because it's something you always not gonna do right. But the Most High, he constantly weighing your heart. He weighing your motive. What's your motive? You know, go ahead, bro. Is you truly, sincerely dedicated to walking the way he wants you to walk, even though you will fall short sometimes? You know, is you truly, sincerely dedicated to teaching your people that, you know, to spread this truth? Go ahead, they're abiding in this truth. And the number one thing is when nobody isn't looking. we can come do the videos and look good and you know what I'm saying, put on the show. But it's all about is you walking that same walk, is you just as sincere when the camera ain't on and ain't no brothers around. Is your mentality still sincerely, you know, walking and abiding in this word to the best of your ability? Go ahead, bro.
It says in a state of supreme sanctity.
Huh?
In a state of supreme sanctity.
Sanctity.
Sanctity. Yeah.
It's sanctity in a state of supreme mentality.
Going into holiness.
Sanctity. Oh,
Sanctity.
sanctity. Let me see how you spell it. Oh, sanctity. Sanctity. Right. Look it up. In a state of supreme
I did it. Holiness.
sanctity. Holiness. Right.
Holy, sacred, or saintly.
John 17 and 12. Sanctify them through I get it real quick. What is going sanctity you? How do you become sanctity? Through this truth, through this word. This is what sanctifies you, man. You can't sanctify yourself, man. It's only one truth, man. Everybody don't got no truth, man. It's only one truth, man.
Virtuousness, purity, spiritually, or spirituality. It says saintlessness, blessedness, devoutness, devoutness, goodness, virtue, righteousness.
Right.
Ultimate importance. It says, go with the definition first. Scripture first. A figure describing his nature as a light of consummate majesty and inaccessible to human comprehension. Inaccessible to human comprehension going into these other nations. The elect, they're going to understand. Use of that heavenly state, consummate and free from every imperfection, to which the true disciples of Yahweh Shah will be exalted.
Right, so hold it. No, go ahead. What?
Equivalent to the kingdom of light.
Equivalent to the kingdom of light. Right. Now, I every time I go into John 17, I'm just going to stop it at where I don't know. But I'm going to start at verse 1. This really has become one of my favorite chapters, man. It's John chapter 17, verse 1. These words spake Yahweh Shai, and lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee. And we in that same mentality, you know. Yahweh Shai taught us that we gonna see, cause we just gonna keep going. As thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he shall give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him.
Right. Going to the elect of the nation of Israel.
And this life is eternal. And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true God, and Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent.
Right, it said this is life eternal. This is what leads to immortality, that they know you. So knowing Yahweh or Yahweh Shai is knowing what they require, rules and regulations, they laws and commandments. That's knowing the Heavenly Father, because now we know how He operates. It say the scriptures say He is holy. Be like the Father, because He is holy. Or be ye holy as I am holy. You know,
which the only way you gonna accomplish that is walking in His Word.
Right.
You can't do it by your own will or how you think it should be. The rules, regulations are in here. This word is going to sanctify you. This word is going to set you apart. You can go separate yourself from everybody and say, I ain't dealing with them, but you can do that in wickedness. Right. You can do that in wickedness. But the point I'm making is once you just walk in this word, people gonna separate themselves from you. You ain't gonna have to separate yourself from them because the lifestyle you live in is gonna be such a, such a it's gonna be such a burden to them. They ain't gonna want to be around you. You know, they gonna separate themselves from you. You ain't gonna have to separate yourself from it. This word is gonna set you apart to where they ain't gonna want to be around you. That's how powerful it is. John 17:4. I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. So there it goes. How was thou understand that his job was done? For now, for that point. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
Right, basically asking Yahweh to return him back to his previous state, you know, with the glory that he had when he was in the heavens.
I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. And that name is Yahweh. And the son name is Yahweh Shah. The father name is Yahweh. The son name is Yahweh Shah. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
Right. And that's leading all the way up to the 144,000 too. Thine they were, and thou gavest them meat. They follow the land whithersoever he goes.
Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou givest me are of thee.
Right, and then Yahweh Shai even said it. All the things that thou hast given me, they are of you, Father. You gave me everything. So if Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai was being humble and meek. So if Yahweh Shai was being humble and meek, how much more for us to understand everything that we have and everything that we will have is all given to us from the Father. Not just physical things, spiritual things too. The spiritual gifts of faith, you know, courage, you know, the different spiritual gifts. The knowledge of healing, the prophesy, all of this is from the Father.
Verse 8, for I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me.
Right, so Yahweh Shai was only doing what the Father told him to do and gave him the task to do. You know, it wasn't his own will, and it wasn't from his own power.
Then he gave us, then we his brethren. You know, he was the firstborn amongst many brothers. Then we had a task to do. But
Right.
but it all starts with him giving us these words. Going back, this is what this is what the earth is being enlightened with. The glory of Yahweh Shai right now. The glory of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And it's leading up to something. It's leading up to us being glorified. It's leading up to us being saved. It's leading up to us being fully endowed with the full power of the Holy Spirit. It's leading up to the kingdom. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me.
Right.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
Right. You praying for Yahweh Shai is praying for the elect. You're not even concerned with 2/3 of our people because he already know 2/3 of our people gonna be destroyed. But he praying for the elect. That's why he said them. He didn't even say the world. He didn't even say all of Israel. He said for them, the elect.
So if the same, hey, let this mind be in you that was in your house, Shah Hamashiach. Philippians 2. So we don't supposed to be praying for everybody. We only praying for the elect. Yahweh Shah said he prayed for them, he prayed not for the world.
Right, because what did the Lord tell Jeremiah? He said, "Don't even pray for them. Don't pray for them. I'm not gonna hear you. I'm not concerned about them. They finna receive this punishment. They finna get what they got coming to them. That's the same thing for 2/3 of our people, like the brother said. That's why Yahweh said, I pray for them. So we only praying for the elect. We don't know who the elect are, but we know who the hopeful elect are. We see, we know those that's trying.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
And if Yahweh Shai only singled out a certain group, that he praying for, why would he be praying for these other nations? Why would he be concerned about these other nations? And they are part of the reason why we don't pray.
Why is he not praying for those who came up against him?
Right.
See, the scriptures have to be put in their proper perspective. Even when he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do," because it was some of the elect who was caught up amongst it, amongst the crowds, like Paul. Verse 10, and all are mine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them.
Right.
This point of him being light, this is how Yahweh Shai is receiving his glory right now. Because when Yahweh Shai came up on the earth, and his true followers saw him, which they follow the land whithersoever he goeth, they came back from generation to generation and done the same thing. This is how Yahweh Shai is being glorified on the earth right now. By those true men who follow the land whithersoever he goeth. This is how he being glorified right now. Until he coming, until his enemies are made his footstool. See, this is what our job is. Our job is to usher in the return of our Lord and Savior, our big brother. Rightfully so, he coming to save us. We paving the way via the instructions he gave us.
And then we walk in the way he told us to walk. Like he said, blessed are those that when he return, he shall find so doing. Walking the way that he told us to walk.
Verse 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world.
Right. So he said he not gonna be amongst our people no more physically.
And I am come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me,
The elect.
that they may be one as we are.
And there go that keep again. Keep them in that right state of mind. Don't let them fall back into the world. Don't let them get ensnared or get entrapped in these philosophies and doctrines. Keep them in that right state of mind. So that Yahweh Shai was praying for us to stay in our right state of mind and our eye being seen.
I'm gonna read verse 11 in the NLT. Now I am departing from the world. They are staying in the world. But I am coming to you, Holy Father. You have given me your name. Now protect them by the power of your name, so that they will be united just as we are. Verse 12, KJV. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scriptures might be fulfilled.
Right.
And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. So we're going to have his joy fulfilled in ourselves. Everybody not going to be fulfilled in his joy. This is for the elect. This is why I say the joy of the Lord is our strength. This is what's fulfilling us right now. This is what we feel. This is what we fulfilled in right here. Not this world. And now I come to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. This is it. I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them.
Right, the world hated them. You know, hate they basically they enemies for the gospel. Say 2/3 of our people they come against us because they not of this. They don't understand what's going on. Basically, they don't understand who Yahweh is and what they set up and what they ordained. They don't understand the prophecies. But it wasn't meant for them to understand. That's why Yahweh told his disciples, "For you is given the kingdom of heaven, but to them it's not given." So they can't, when they go into hate, they basically came against us.
Just because we got the word, they can't understand it. It ain't for them to understand. So they hate. How Jake say they hate.
Because we ain't of the world. You know, we walk in a different path. We're not of the world. So and the world would love its own. If we was out here being foolish and trying to make it in this world or just doing things in this world with them, and I ain't just saying being in the world, but being a part of the world, then they'll love us.
I have given them thy word, but the world have hated them because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Right, so they hated Yahweh Shah. They weren't trying to hear what he had to say. He was talking about they was gonna be destroyed for they sins and if they continue on going off, you know, they can't eat this, they can't eat that, they can't do this, they can't do that. Our people ain't trying to hear that. They want to do whatever they want to do and live however they want to live. And then when they get older, then they'll just try to appease the Lord before they go sin. That's what they want to do.
I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
Right. From the wicked.
They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
Right, thy word is truth. Sanctify us through our truth, through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
And thou, this going back into that word sanctity. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. And thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world.
Right, this is what
you got it, bro.
This is what you see to this day. We being sent into the world to teach this word, to teach our people to be lights unto them, and to show them the way, show them the Father, show them the way back to Yahweh Shah. Because just like Yahweh Shah was the spitting image of the Father, we supposed to be the spitting image of Yahweh Shah.
And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also may be sanctified through the truth. You go there, man.
Back at the definition of
read straight back to that point where it says sanctity.
2:8. It says in a state of supreme sanctity.
In the state of supreme, what's going to put you in this state of supreme sanctity? This truth, this word. You should know the truth, and the truth should make you free. It's going to put you in a state of supreme sanctity, of supreme sanctification, basically. Go ahead.
Used of that heavenly.
Or the Israelites of Christ. It's going to put you in the state of this. Go ahead, bro. In the rulership, and it comes with a rulership mentality. See, when we start talking about ruling over people and having slaves, people think that's evil, that's wrong. No. If you're a king, what you think? You're going to be working? Oh, okay. We've been working the whole time we've been over here. Why these people been being kings over us? It's like now you got King, what is it, Charles
the third,
who took over as you had the Queen Elizabeth. These folks really been ruling over us. No one talks about how wicked they are.
Right.
Our people was mourning the queen. This bitch was a damn demon.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Our people was actually showing respect to it.
But we start talking about being, but we gonna rule in righteousness. We not gonna rule in wickedness as they did. We gonna establish a righteous rule. And that's what's gonna torture you damn devils. It's gonna torture you Edomites to be rule righteous. Go ahead, bro.
It says, use of that heavenly state, consummate and free from every imperfection, to
What?
which
Read it, go ahead.
to which the true disciples of Yahweh Shai will be exalted.
Read that part again.
Talking about to
The
which
consummate, what it say?
used of that heavenly state,
Used of that heavenly state. It starts with a mentality. Go ahead.
consummate,
That supreme sanctity, you know, going into go ahead, which the sanctity, you sanctify them through thy truth, but your mind gonna become sanctified. You're gonna become purified in your mind. Go ahead, bro. Because when we gonna get the pure sanctity, when we get the new bodies. But right now you got to have you got to know what's wrong, what's right. Even when you commit wrong, you know it's wrong. That's that supreme sanctity. Go ahead, bro.
consummate and free from every imperfection.
Consummate and free from every imperfection. This is what we're gonna be exalted to right here. But we got to believe this. When we get those new bodies, go ahead. This is what we're gonna be exalted to. Which we exalted to from a low degree now with the wisdom we have, with understanding this. But the exalting is gonna get to the point to where we're gonna be perfect, physically and spiritually. Go ahead, bro.
To which the true disciples of Yahweh Shai will be exalted, equivalent to the kingdom of light.
You see, exalted equivalent to the kingdom of light. So we are being exalted to the kingdom, to equivalent to the kingdom of light now. In our mind, the kingdom of heaven is within us. Go ahead, bro.
It says it's used to denote truth. It's used to denote truth and its knowledge, together with the spiritual purity congruence with it.
Hold up, let this turn right there.
It says, it said it's used to denote truth and its knowledge,
To use to denote truth and its knowledge. Sanctify them through thy truth. Go ahead.
together with the spiritual purity congruous with it, which that congruous means in harmony, in balance with it. Had the nature of light in men, an example, become the source of human wisdom.
Right. So this is what the earth is being enlightened with right now. But like I said, only his true disciples is going to be exalted to the equivalent of the kingdom of light. Go ahead, going into the 144,000. Starts with the 144,000 men.
Especially the saving truth embodied in Yahweh Shai and by his love and effort imparted to mankind. The divine truth with which ye are imbued.
Read it up. Just read it up. Just read it. It don't matter if it, if it's something that ain't, just read it.
The divine truth with which ye are imbued, the light by which the truth life is gained, to live agreeably to the saving wisdom,
To live agreeably with saving wisdom. These words that we speaking are able to make you wise unto salvation. To the non-spiritual eyes, just seem like we out here talking and but these words are able to make you wise unto salvation. Go ahead, bro. And to understand this, like we just read, he has given us the word. In the world, if the people who can't understand this, they gonna hate. They gonna hate us. They gonna think we some haters. But truly, they the haters. And they the haters of Yahweh by shooting Yahweh shot. They hate him. Go ahead. We just speaking him. We kept speaking the words. Go ahead.
To be imbued with saving wisdom,
To be imbued with saving wisdom.
and to continue devoted to it,
And to continue. Hey, if you can, what it says, if you continue in my word, then you are my disciples indeed. Go ahead.
to preserve in keeping it.
To preserve and keeping it. So the elect was like the Yahushua said, he sent us into the world. And this is our job. To what it to read that again?
To continue devoted to it, to preserve, to persevere in it, in keeping it. So like,
To persevere in keeping it.
is used of one in whom wisdom and spiritual purity shine forth, and one and who importantly we know is used of one in whom wisdom and spiritual purity shine forth,
It's used in one in which spiritual,
and wisdom and spiritual purity shine forth,
that's from Daniel 12, which I'm gonna get there. Go ahead.
and who imparts the same to others.
And who imparts the same to others. Stay there. Stay there. Which I can stay in John. I'm gonna read Daniel, and I'm gonna go back to John because that's going right into that. This Bible is a puzzle. You put all the pieces together though and realize the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. It's that same spirit. Once they get through delivering their message, it all says the same thing. This is like Daniel chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Right. The time is going to get so bad when you're going into Jacob's trouble that Michael's going to have to stand up for the Israelites. And it said everyone that's going to be delivered is going to be those of the elect that's found in the book. That's going into the elect, 144,000 and one-third, men, women, and children, scattered elect around the four corners of the earth.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Right. And that's what, and also too in the kingdom, our people they gonna awake to that. 2/3 of our people they gonna be good in the kingdom. The other nations they gonna be in their captivity. They gonna be in servitude, slavery, like the brother was going into, because that's all a part of the Bible, and it's all a part of a kingdom being established. You have to have your workforce, and we gonna be in our kingdom. So why are we gonna be working? Like the brother said, we've been working ever since we've been taken into captivity. Captivity after captivity, we've been working.
All right, so some of the Israelites gonna wake up to that everlasting life, which all of them gonna wake up to. But some of the Israelites gonna have to bear that shame for a moment that they didn't see this word, on this side. But eventually they gonna come out of that mind state. And then, like the brother said too, the other nations they gonna wake up to shame and everlasting contempt. Verse 3. This is the point I wanted to get right here because it's now it jumps back to the times we in. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Right.
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Right, going into the 144,000, singing that song. They that be wise shall shine forth as who again?
And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Right, going into that wisdom and knowledge, that's what's going to illuminate them. Like it was in Ruth chapter 4. Take hold of it, that thou mayest be illuminated. Take hold of this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
They that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Then it shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Right, so it says seal the book because it wasn't time for the understanding to be open yet. It wasn't time for us to understand it yet. That was Yahweh's job to come down and break the seals of the book. But now we understand. Now that time has came. He said it to the time of the end. We in the end.
And go back, read that part you read again. Because it said, they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. And that word shine, when you look it up in the Hebrew, I think the Hebrew word is shalom. Which I had to look it up. I forget the Hebrew word. But it goes into, they're going to warn and to teach. Read that where it says they should teach. Read the one of the sentence above that too. You know where you left off here?
That's where I left off. But I don't know about the teach.
What did it say when you left off?
Talking about to continue devoted to it and to persevere. That's what you want to.
And then after that, yeah. Read the story right there.
It says to be imbued with saving wisdom.
To be imbued with saving wisdom. Going back to Daniel 12, we're gonna go back to John 17 also. So it's some men that's gonna be imbued with saving wisdom. It's true disciples. They being exalted right now. Go ahead.
To continue devoted to it.
To continue to be devoted to the saving wisdom. Go ahead.
To persevere in keeping it.
To persevere in keeping it. Go ahead.
It says it's used of one in whom wisdom and spiritual purity shine forth, and one who imparts the same to others.
That's the teaching part. And one who read that last part again. Using spiritual wisdom.
Use of one in whom wisdom and spiritual purity shine forth.
See, they should shine as the brightness, as the firmament, which people can see the wisdom. Go ahead, the elect can.
And who imparts the same to others.
And who imparts the same to others. Right. So this is what the earth is being enlightened with the glory of the Lord right now. But it's only for the elect. It's only for the elect. So the majority of the people are cast out. And they looking with on and they hating on it. And they wanted to stop because they can't be a part of it. People going into Luke 13. Strive to enter in at the straight gate. Many shall strive to enter in and shall not be able. In Luke 13. Matter of fact, we'll go back to John 17. We'll pick up where I left on it because that's what it's going into. Verses John 17 and 19. And for their sakes I sanctify myself. We in that same mentality. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10. I endure all things for the elect's sakes. See, that has to be your mind frame. That has to be your mentality. Even though you're working out your own salvation with fear and trembling, your whole mentality is you enduring all things for the elect's sakes. This is what it ain't about you. At the end of the day, it's about the whole body being tightly joined together. This is what it's all about. So at the end of the day, we are doing all things for the elect saints. And for their sakes, I sanctify myself. So we sanctifying ourselves through the spirit of Yahweh via the word, via this truth, for the elect saints, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, and this is the point, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. Going back into persevering and imparting it to others. You know? So we've been imbued with this wisdom to continue in it and persevere in it. And then we impart it the same to others. We impart it to others. And this is why, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, and that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And I'm gonna stop that right there. You can go ahead, bro. You go back, pick it back up. You got another thing. We're gonna go into Revelation 18. We're still on that light and on that light. The world should be lighted with the glory.
It says, it's used of one whom wisdom and spiritual purity shine forth, and who imparts the same to others. It says the same name the disciples of Yahushua are distinguished. Nah, I'm good.
Read that again.
It said the same name the disciples of Yahushua are distinguished. I think it's going to the Christians. They got Christians right there.
Don't worry about this. Just we the true Christians.
It says, having obtained saving wisdom in communion with Yahushua.
Where you stopped at? Where it said the same name?
Right here.
The same name. Disciple of Yahushua. Yeah, just read.
Everything made manifest by the aid of Christ.
Read it from the same name.
By the same name, the disciples of Yahushua are distinguished.
Right, see, by the same name, the disciples of Yahushua are distinguished.
It says Christians are called.
Christians are called, man, because the word Christians that goes back into the anointing. So the anointed ones are called, the true followers, those who follow their
Christians are called, having obtained saving wisdom,
having obtained saving wisdom
in communion with Yahushua.
In communion with Yahushua, man. Go ahead. See, we're in communion with him right now. Go ahead.
Everything made manifest by the aid of Christian truth.
By this truth that we have said Christian, which we know what it's talking about. You know, the truth that the true disciples have right now. We the true Christians. Go ahead.
Everything made manifest by the aid of Christian truth has taken on the nature of light, so that its true character and quality are no longer hidden.
See, so the true character and quality of Yahushua is no longer hid now. We know what he about. Revelation 18. Babylon has to be destroyed. The wicked has to be annihilated. Judgment must go forth. Go ahead.
In an outward or physical sense, and regard the statement as a general truth confirmatory of the assertion made respecting spiritual.
So all this is confirmed now. Go ahead. See, this is confirmatory, right? This is confirmation right here, basically. Because everything is confirmed through the scriptures that we read, man. It's like we go on scripture for scripture, verse for verse. There's no hope for Babylon. There's no hope for 2/3 of our people, man. There's no hope for you damn Edomites, man, and you other nations. Go ahead, bro.
It says by a figure borrowed from daylight, but it also says it's used of that which is exposed to view of all, openly, publicly, which you was talking about earlier. And then it says reason, mind, the power of understanding.
Reasoning, mind, the power of understanding. Go ahead, see, get wisdom, but with all that getting, get an understanding.
Especially moral and spiritual truth.
Especially moral and spiritual truth.
That's all.
So this is what the earth is being enlightened with right now. Man, you want me to go back to Revelation 18? So this is what that word lighten. It went into a whole shit. It went into a whole. Hey,
had a lot of information behind just that simple word life, a simple word in English. It had a whole lot of information and context behind it.
Knowledge is salvation, basically. Revelations 18 and 1. After these things, I saw an angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Lightened with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
He cried, go ahead.
Just like the scriptures say, this gospel shall be preached throughout all four corners of the earth, and then shall the end come. Essentially, this earth is being lightened with his glory.
He cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils.
Right, so Babylon the Great is America. It's fallen and become a habitation of devils, which are going into all this wickedness, these wicked devices, these different philosophies, doctrines, this whole transformer alphabet agenda, you know, this whole westernized mindset, feminism, you know, the emasculation, pollution, all of this.
And the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
So all manner of wickedness is found over here in America. And whatever your lust is, you can have it fulfilled over here in America. Without any consequences.
See, this is that knowledge that we've been enlightened with. The earth is being enlightened with it. Why? Because the elect is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But only the true disciples is going to be enlightened with this right now. And understanding Babylon is falling. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, once we enlighten with this knowledge, wisdom, into what it said, to continue and persevere in it, then we gonna impart it and be imparting the same. You won't shine enough to impart. You know that we gonna be shining. It's going into warning and teaching enough to impart the same knowledge and wisdom to others who are able to understand. Stir up their pure minds. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right, so all the philosophies and mindsets, that Western mindset has reached all across the four corners of the earth in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
That fornication goes into her immorality. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right.
And the merchants of the earth, and see that part of that immorality, man, it goes into all the wickedness. It goes into the sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? The organ trafficking. All this homosexuality. That's all nations have supported them in their philosophy. The AI technology.
And China got their own different type of AI robot that's able to walk and be able to interact with the humans. These other countries, they got their own AI, like the brother said, technology.
Like the scripture said, woe to Asia. She have always wanted to be partakers with Babylon. So them scriptures link right up together. All America did was use China as the damn test dummy. You know, that's all they did. For the technology, you know what I'm saying? They use China, they #1 test dummy. For all these different, especially with the whole AI, how China do with their social credit and all that, with your credit, with that different stuff right there. They use China been the face recognition. China been got the face recognition to wherever you go. The camera gets your face recognition, it automatically know who you are. China been, America been using China as a test dummy for their technology. Revelation 18:3. All nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right, the kings going into the rulers, these people in these high positions have dealt with America, dealt with even the so-called white man, done deals with them, made agreements with them, contracts.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right, going back to what the brother said earlier, we the top consumers, but we the ones getting paid the least, going into the Israelites. But they sending all manner of merchandise over here to America, and people buying, And in most cases, it becomes the trend, and some people become rich off it. Somebody becoming rich off of it. And a lot of stuff is wasted over here in America too. But still somebody making money off of all that.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
Right. Come out of her, my people, going into the Israelites. Come out of her spiritually, mentally. Don't get caught up in all this whole westernization, and everything that it comes with.
This is also going into, man, the Lord gonna deliver us. He's gonna be delivering us out of the elect. He's gonna be delivering us. We not partakers in her sin, but like the brother says, other scriptures letting us know we come out of this place spiritually. That's how you gonna be delivered. I heard another voice from heaven say, "Come out of her, my people, and ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues."
Right, receive not of her plague, going into her punishment. Judgment is coming to the earth,
I'm gonna read that in the NLT.
The Lord gonna bring famine, death, the sword, and our people, we gonna be in it, but the Lord is gonna deliver us and He gonna provide for it. Like the scripture say, his people shall eat. They gonna have eat. Right, His servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. His servants gonna drink, and ye shall be thirsty. And they gonna be merry. They gonna be happy. So you don't want to get caught up in those plagues and not being able to eat, not being able to drink, not having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to guide you and keep you stable, and not having that protection from the Heavenly Father.
Revelation 18:4, the NLT. Then I heard another voice calling from heaven, "Come out of her, come away from her, my people. Do not take part in her sins, or you will be punished with her."
Right? Come out of this whole westernized mindset, westernization. So you don't get caught up in the destruction. And so you'll be aware of what time it is. Because a lot about, like the scriptures say too, that those that know they Israelites, but they said my master delayed, and they went back into doing the things of the world and getting caught back up. So we can't be deceived. We can't get caught back up into the world and the way of the world, thinking that it's gonna be a minute before everything takes place. You're trying to establish yourself here for a long term, for the long term. And I ain't saying you can't do anything that's probably gonna set yourself up for long term, but we understand this place finna be destroyed and this ain't our rest.
Verse 5, NLT, "For her sins are piled as high as heaven, and the Most High remember her evil deeds."
Right, so the Lord got a personal beef with this place. He said she personally came into his mind. He remembered everything that's been going on over here, which he never forgot. It's just that time for this place to be destroyed, for this place to be judged. And he got a personal beef with America, with the West.
"Do to her as she has done to others, double her penalty for all her evil deeds."
Right, so America's gonna receive double for all the wickedness that it is sown across the four corners of the earth.
And Russia is saying this right now. All the Russian leaders over there is saying America finna feel the wrath of the Most High. America is finna this is what Russia is saying. Russia said America is full of their leaders is Satan. They is about Satanism. This is what Russia is saying, man. The Most eyes working on their man hard. Like, America, we're gonna repay her for her evil deeds. Google what I'm saying. Listen to the Russian leaders. They say American leaders is Satan. They Satan. They is about Satanism. They finna feel the wrath of the Most High. Hey, here's what it is. Due to her as she has done to others, double her penalty for all her evil deeds. She brewed a cup of terror for others, so brew twice as much for her.
All the wickedness America has done across the four corners of the earth, sown all the evil is sown on the earth. Now it's finna get it back in double, and the American people finna suffer the worst. You know, because everybody over here, the Americans been living lavishly. You know, ain't been seeing no suffering, ain't been worrying about nothing. Ain't have to worry about no type of shortages of not being able to eat, not having no power. You know, not knowing if you're gonna survive the next day. All this finna come to America and to the Americans over here. You know?
She glorified herself and lived in luxury. So match it now with torment and sorrow.
Right. It's gonna be matched. How everybody just live over here carelessly. You know what I'm saying? Depending on Esau Edom for everything, depending on America, the government for everything. Now it's gonna reverse. And you ain't gonna have nobody to depend on. And now it's gonna be 10 times worse. Well, it's gonna be just as worse. Just as bad.
She boasted in her heart, I am a queen on my throne, and I am no helpless widow, and I have no reason to mourn.
Right, so the way America has been established, they have it in the mindset that America will never be destroyed, it'll never be taken down. You know, this place is gonna be here forever, and if anybody dare try America, they will get smoked by the military. That's been the mindset of this place. It's been the mindset of Esau Edom. You know, the pride of Esau Edom. Especially like what Trump saying, make America great again, thinking that America's gonna come back. The beast already been revived. You know, it ain't gonna be revived again.
That inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Verse 8. Therefore these plagues will overtake her in a single day. Death and mourning and famine. And she will be completely consumed by fire.
Right, she should be utterly burned with fire. That's the finishing touch. But the people over here gotta suffer first. The people gonna suffer. You know?
For the Lord God, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, who judges her, is mighty.
Right.
Verse 9. And the kings of the world who committed adultery with her and enjoy her great luxury will mourn for her, as they see the smoke rising from her charred remains.
Right, so they know America is no more. They ain't gonna be able to make money off this place. You know, they gonna start to think about all the people that they done killed, all the people they done burned. You know, everything, all the judgment that just took place over here in America, because they gonna know it's the Heavenly Father that did it. They gonna know about all this. They gonna see it. They gonna mourn. It's gonna mentally weigh on them. This is a big body count that they gonna be racking up. You know, a huge body count.
And Russia already threatened like last week, 2 weeks ago. Russia directly threatened Biden like, I'm pretty like I'm not bluffing. We will use nuclear. We will shoot nuclear missiles on the West. You know what I'm saying? This is the talk. All this in the talk of the news now, and this is a different thing if it's on alternative news. But this is actually on mainstream media now, man. People say he is not bluffing. You know what I'm saying? He will use nuclear weapons. And see, you gotta understand something. See, America's strength is their war. They got numerous amount of warships. You know, they've been at war over 93% of the time since they've been in this country. So of course they got the experience. They got nuclear weapons, you know. They got more combat experience than Russia because they've been at war more. But what's Russia power? Russia been putting all their power into nuclear weapons because they already like, we don't even want no problem. But when it all boils down to it, we know when it all boils, because it's like if you invest your main power into the nukes, America's main power is into allies, you know what I'm saying? Into all these different allies, warships. Russia like shit, we got nukes. You get all the allies you want, we're gonna see if they gonna be able to survive, if they gonna be able to stop these nukes. Right. So that's how Russia they eating the playing field. It's like shit, we gotta go shoot nukes. What proved that this is the Russian mentality? Because that whole war in Ukraine, right? That's why Russia like shit. They probably gonna go use nukes in Ukraine. Like they like, the West they trying to prolong this war by sending mercenaries. You know what I'm saying? That's all that NATO do. They just continuously paying troops and soldiers to fight. Russia actually using their soldiers. You know what I'm saying? They ain't paying mercenaries. They actually use, and then Russia was being cordial with it because they know a lot of the Ukrainians, they people. So they was there, but they to the point to like, man, all right. That's why Russia basically made the ultimatum. Whoever want to be with us, say it now. It's 4 different states. Like, we coming back home. So Russia like shit, whoever else ain't Russia mentality like that. These states are part of Russia. So now if you send mercenaries in here, you know what I'm saying? If any type of attack come against these states that have joined Russia now, it's treated just like, it ain't treated to like we aiding and helping them. They finna treat it to like you attacking Russia, cause you are. And it's finna go down, man. They ain't finna get into no drawn out long war. They gonna see the first thing what's gonna happen. They gonna use what's known as tactical nukes, not the intercontinental nukes. They got tactical nukes where it'll just say, for instance, they'll just blow up goddamn Alabama. You know what I'm saying? And the spread ain't gonna go no far. It might go into the spread might go over into Georgia. You know what I'm saying? That's right, a little portion. So you got tactical nukes, then you got intercontinental. See, the intercontinental is for to go from one continent to another. But you got little tactical nukes there to knock off little cities. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 or 3 little cities, and that'll be it. So this is probably what they're gonna use first over there in them different neighboring countries, man. But it's all it's all right at the door, man.
Yeah, but it's gonna really get serious then, especially when they showcase it on the news. Russia using nukes.
Right.
Imagine the American people over here when they find out that America finna get involved.
Hey, like we've been saying, this sign right here been made, man. You know, through the elders. They been had these signs. But now all of a sudden, this all in the news that Russia talking about using nukes, man. Right. So,
imagine how fast everything gonna escalate if that, war allowed to happen like that.
Right.
It ain't gonna tarry no more.
Right.
The draft gonna happen.
Which Russia already got it.
I'm talking about over here.
Oh yeah, come. Russia telling his soldiers, you know what you signed up for. Anybody that try to escape and flee, you finna do it 10 years.
There was a Russian rapper that had committed suicide because he didn't want to be drafted for their army. There was an article about it. But there's gonna be a draft over here. They're gonna be getting women and men. Then these women, they're gonna want to be women again. They ain't gonna have that feminist mindset of I can do whatever a man can do. But then it's gonna be getting serious. They gonna know nukes being shot off, people being killed. They ain't gonna want no part of that then. That's when they go. That's when they go tap into that feminine side. But like I was saying, everything gonna get real then. Then our people gonna realize that this ain't our rest. This place ain't America ain't our rest. Because it's finna go to war.
Verse 9. And the kings of the world who committed adultery with her and enjoy her great luxury will mourn for her as they see the smoke rising from her charred remains.
Right, so they gonna see the destruction that just happened. They say they gonna mourn. You know?
It's in the NLT, Revelation 18 and 10. They will stand at a distance, terrified by her great torment. They will cry out, how terrible for you, O Babylon, you great city.
And this let you know the difference in the mindset of the people. Because the elect, they gonna be joyful. They're gonna be rejoicing that the Lord destroyed America and brought that great judgment. But it said the rest of the people, it said the kings that was in dealings with America, they're gonna be mourning for what just happened to them.
How terrible for you, O Babylon, you great city. In a single moment, the Most High judgment, the Most High's judgment came on you.
Right?
The merchants of the world will weep and mourn for her, for there is no one left to buy their goods.
Right, no one left to buy their goods, but it's all good because they all going in captivity anyway.
This is how you know it's talking about America.
Right?
America is the one that buys all the people's goods from around the earth. That's why we go to the grocery store. Right, man, but even when you go into your grocery store and stuff, most of the produce from all these different countries, you know what I'm saying? All these different products. We don't even talk about the clothes, you know what I'm saying, and the liquor and you know, China, made to China, you know, Taiwan, tennis shoes, all this stuff made, t-shirts, cars.
The wines.
The best cars come from overseas. Your best your best liquors come from overseas.
Food.
Good sea salt, you know what I'm saying? Olive oil. Hey, she brought great quantities of gold, silver, jewels, pearls, fine linen, because all this gold and stuff like they be selling. Like go to the jewelry store, right? Like I went to the jewelry store. I be like, man, y'all ain't got no 24 karat gold. The most they got now is 10, which the higher it gets is the purity. They're like, man, you want that? You got to go to India. You know what I'm saying? You got to serve other countries, but India be the number one country they be naming, man, for the 24 karat gold. Cause see, when I was coming up, like when I was like a teenager, like 30 years ago, the price of gold wasn't that high. But they had back then you could get 24 karat gold in the I remember when it started going down from 24 to 18. You get you a nice, you know what I'm saying? Get you a nice little herringbone, a nice little rope, about $200. Then that same rope about $1,000, $1,500. It ain't rope.
I remember, I remember a commercial where they said you can turn your gold in for money.
But the point of making, when I was coming up, you can go to these local jewelry stores, jewelry, and you back when I was like 12, 13, 14, 15, probably I was about 20, 18. You can go get 24 karat gold, man. Now you can't even get that in America. Now everything is so watered down, man. The highest you get right now in America is 10 karat gold. Now we ain't got 14. she's going into America. She brought great quantities of gold, silver, jewels, and pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, and scarlet cloth. These made of fragrant Diane wood, ivory goods, objects made of expensive wood and bronze, iron, and marble. Because all these different stuff become, they got the Egyptian cotton, you know what I'm saying? The finally, the silk companies trying to make the best silk. The porcelain comes from China. That's why your grandparents always had the China cabinet, which they called the China cabinet because the dishes was made of porcelain, and the porcelain come from China. Right. So all these different goods come from other countries, man. So this is why they gonna weep and mourn when America is blew off the map. Not to mention the damn the opium. You know what I'm saying? The opium, the coca leaf. You know what I'm saying? All that come from these in other countries, man.
And different drugs too.
Right. She also bought cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine. They go to wine. Oil. Olive oil. They go to olive oil. Fine flour, wheat. That what they say? What majority of the wheat coming from Ukraine? Majority, right? The majority of the wheat is coming from Ukraine. Cattle, sheep, horses, chariots, and bodies. That is human slaves. The whole sex trafficking, organ trafficking. The fancy things you love so much are gone, they cry. All your luxuries and splendors are gone forever, never to be yours again.
Right. This place, like you said, it's gonna be blown up the map, so ain't no need. This place ain't gonna be inhabited by man no more. So ain't gonna be no reason to look this way no more. For no merchandise or nothing. For no money. For anything.
The merchants who became wealthy by selling her these things would stand at a distance. Terrified by her great torment, they will weep and cry out. How terrible for their great city. She was clothed in finest purple and scarlet linen, decked out with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Knowing that, also why they gonna be terrified from everything and all the judgment, knowing it's gonna be the Lord because chariots gonna be in the sky right when all this is taking place. Because when America destroyed, the elect gonna be delivered out of it. And they gonna be in the sky with the chariots. They gonna be seeing all of it. They gonna know it's the Lord.
The finest purple and scarlet linen decked with precious stones goes into the riches, goes into the riches that America once had, the wealth America once had. In a single moment, all the wealth of the city is gone. There you go. All the captains of the merchant ships and their passengers and sailors and crews will stand at a distance. Right, because America's an import country. That's why they got all these different ports. They come in, man, from all these different ports around the country that bring these different products in. Then they deliver by trucks to different cities and states, to their destination. Trains, right. Trains, trucks. Said they will cry out as they watch the smoke ascend, and they will say, where is there another city as great as this? And they will weep and throw dust on their heads to show their grief, as they will cry out, how terrible for their great city. The ship owners became wealthy by transporting her great wealth on the seas. In a single moment, it is all gone. And I was watching this interview, it's been some months ago. But the dudes who own these different ships, he was going to how he been losing so much money. How the different, you know what I'm saying? How the different, like people ain't been getting what they usually buy no more.
Like seafood or something.
Now he just owns ships
Oh,
that go and get, you know what I'm saying? Go to deliver this stuff. Go and pick, go and get it and deliver it back to America.
okay.
Verse 20. Rejoice over her fate. Rejoice over her fate, O heaven, and people of the Most High, and apostles and prophets. For at last the Most High has judged her for your sakes.
Right, so it said rejoice over her face. So that let you know the mindset of the elect.
Over her fate.
Right, come on, over her fate. That goes to show you the mindset of the elect. They're gonna be in rejoicing. They're gonna be happy that this place got destroyed. It got wiped off the map because of how much torment and oppression it has caused the nation of Israel and all the wickedness that it was promoting across the four corners of the earth. Everybody else, they're gonna be in mourning because America is gone. They're gonna be thinking about all the people that got destroyed, how much money they gonna lose, you know, how they can't do business with it no more, and how that's gonna affect the world economy. So they gonna still be thinking about thoughts like that. But with the elect, they in straight domination mode. You know, finna dominate the earth. It goes to show you the difference in the mindset.
Verse 21. NLT, Revelation 18:21, NLT. Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of a huge millstone. He threw it into the ocean and shouted, just like this, the great city Babylon will be thrown down with violence and will never be found again.
Right, so America's gonna go down by violence. So we already seeing that violence. The love of men is waxing cold because iniquity is abounding.
The sounds of harps, singers, flutes, and trumpets will never be heard in you again.
Right, the music, you know, the rejoicing. You know, it ain't gonna be no more family reunions over here in America. You know, ain't none of that.
No more nothing. No craftsmen and no trades will ever be found in you again. The sound of the mill will never be heard in you again.
No working, no more jobs.
The light of a lamp will never shine in you again.
Right,
The happy voices of brides and grooms will never be heard in you again.
right.
For your merchants were the greatest in the world, and you deceived the nations with your sorceries.
Right, you deceive the nation with your witchcraft. And this is how America got on top. You know, through the witchcraft, through the sorcery. Which the Lord said he ain't gonna allow it to work no more. Now you can rely on it. It ain't gonna save you. You know?
This is the last verse, verse 24. In your streets flow the blood of the prophets and of God's holy people, and the blood of people slaughtered all over the world.
Right, so this is how you let you know it's talking about America, because the majority of the Israelites are over here in America and they've been slaughtered every day. They've been slaughtered since we've been in your hands. We've been slaughtered ever since we've been in your hands, Esau Edom. But especially when you came over here and established America, you had to slaughter the northern kingdom and take their land. Then you brought the southern kingdom and you've been slaughtering us ever since. This is further proof that it's talking about America. You know? So this place is not our rest. Like I said, the saints, the elect, they're gonna be rejoicing that this place is gone because now our real kingdom is coming. You know, I ain't gonna say our real kingdom because this ain't our kingdom. Our kingdom will be coming. So rest is, like the scripture say, rest is allowed. So that time is coming, and we coming on it shortly. But before then, it's got to be a great time of trouble. You know, this place got to go down by violence, as the scripture say. So, you know, this is not our rest because it is polluted. It will destroy you with a sword of destruction. And with that,
I'm gonna get that heaven through too, also. The heaven through just the earth is lying with the glory of just earth should be filled with the knowledge of the Lord. Going back on the story. chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea.
Right. And it's being filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, be it his prophets teaching the word on the four corners of the earth, be it a video, being, on YouTube and social media and all the different platforms that the word is being preached on, and being out here on the street corners.
Here you have a shot at great angel. That powerful angel, Revelation 18, we just read about. That the earth shall be light with his glory. God, which he is the word, like the brother was saying. He gave us the word, and we are imparting it to others. And this is what you get out of it. Go ahead.
What's going on?
What's up with it?
Sorry. See what's up with that.
Oh, truth for the Bible.
That we're gonna close out. First and foremost, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. We hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, we say, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Shalom, and Bob.
Bob.